So picture this, Gypsy Rose Blanchard is out here again pulling her signature "I'm leaving TikTok" stunt, but this time? Oh, honey. It's giving chaos in disguise. It all starts when out of nowhere, Gypsy posts a little "I need pieces" story, makes a whole spectacle out of deleting the TikTok app from her phone, and acts like she's saying goodbye to social media forever. Except, plot twist. She didn't delete her account, she didn't even deactivate it. She literally just screen recorded herself removing the app icon. And get this, she had to re-download TikTok just to post that video of her leaving. Like, girl, what are we doing? Now, you know Gypsy doesn't do anything without a reason. So why now? Why the big dramatic exit? Turns out, two massive bombs had just dropped. The first? Her ex-husband Ryan Anderson finally decided he was done staying quiet, and baby, he spilled. He went live and said that Gypsy basically sabotaged his life. According to him, she shared personal details about his mental health online, and not long after, parents at the school where he taught started blowing up the phone lines. The school freaked out and fired him. And what did Gypsy do? She slid into his messages pretending to check on him, acting like she didn't know a thing. The audacity is wild. Ryan was genuinely heartbroken. He even teared up talking about one of his students thanking him for being a great teacher, just days before he lost the job. It was raw, it was emotional, and it showed how deep the damage really was. And apparently, this isn't the first time he's been let go because of his connection to Gypsy. He lost a Catholic school job earlier, too, only back then, it was because of the public finding out he was married to someone who had been involved in a murder. That was messy, sure, but this time? He says Gypsy knew what she was doing. But hold on to your matcha, babe, because that's not even the spiciest part. Ryan also revealed that Gypsy had been drinking alcohol before her parole officially ended. Now if you've been following her for even a minute, you know she made a whole production out of having her first legal drink, like it was some fairy tale moment of redemption. She talked about it in interviews, made TikToks, and gave off this wholesome, law-abiding energy. But according to Ryan, she was already sipping behind the scenes. So that whole "waited until it was legal" storyline? Just another one of her carefully packaged lies. And while the internet was busy side-eyeing her over all of that, Gypsy was quietly cleaning house on her TikTok. She didn't just go ghost, she scrubbed her whole page like she was prepping for a PR makeover. Every video that could stir up backlash? Gone. The stuff about her ex Nick Gojon? Deleted. Emotional clips about her baby? Wiped. Drama with her dad and stepmom Christy? Not a trace left. She basically left behind a few happy-go-lucky posts with her new husband Ken Urker and some promotional content. It was giving, see? I'm happy and healed, but everyone could see the truth peeking through the cracks, and this isn't new. Anyone who's been watching Gypsy for the past year knows this move like a scripted TV show. She disappears the second things get messy, tosses out some cryptic quote about self-care, then reappears a day or two later like nothing ever happened. Rinse, repeat, manipulate. It's giving reputation rinse cycle. And the timing of it all? Too convenient. The second her name started trending again, for all the wrong reasons, she tried to vanish like it would make the fire go out, but this time, there are just too many flames to ignore. And just when you thought the Gypsy Rose drama had reached its peak, Ryan came through with another jaw-dropper that flipped the entire narrative upside down. While Gypsy was out here glowing on social media, posting ultrasound pics with Ken Urker, calling him the love of her life, and soaking in all that sweet attention, she was allegedly texting Ryan behind his back. According to Ryan, Gypsy confided in him that she regretted the pregnancy altogether. She went as far as saying the only reason she wasn't with Ryan again was because of the baby she was having with Ken. So while the public was being fed this picture-perfect story of domestic bliss, private messages were painting a completely different story. Gypsy was telling her ex-husband that she still wanted to be with him, that if she wasn't expecting a baby with Ken, she'd leave him and come running back. Meanwhile, she was uploading couple content and smiling in matching hoodies with Ken as if everything was solid. The level of deception? Next level. she wasn't just flip-flopping, she was playing an emotional game with both of them, slipping between the two based on who was giving her more emotional support, more love, or maybe more public favor at the time. And here's where it gets even more twisted. Ryan said this isn't new. It's the same thing she did with him and Ken when the roles were reversed. Back when Gypsy was still with Ryan, she was already messaging Ken on the side. So now, with Ken in the picture, it's Ryan's turn again. According to Ryan, this is how she operates, ping-ponging between men, feeding them lines about regret, love, second chances, all while curating a completely different narrative online. And the only reason we're hearing any of this now? Ryan says he used to stay silent to protect his career. But now that he's lost his job, because of Gypsy, no less, there's nothing stopping him. No NDA. No school reputation. Nothing left to lose. And while all of that was exploding online, another layer of the story broke wide open. Gypsy's prison emails were leaked, and what they revealed was just as chilling. In those emails, she spoke about her stepmother Christy, the same woman who supported her, encouraged her relationship with Ken, and was trying to help with the baby. But Gypsy? She was throwing her under the bus. In private messages to her dad, Rod, she warned him that Christy had been snooping on his Facebook Messenger. Instead of telling Christy to chill or staying neutral, Gypsy turned the whole thing into an opportunity to stir the pot. She subtly suggested that Christy was the problem. That her snooping was worse than Rod potentially cheating. Like somehow, invading privacy was more toxic than infidelity. And Gypsy wasn't just feeding Rod this information, she was doing it in a way that made Christy look like the villain, even though Christy had been in her corner the entire time. Worse yet, Christy had been confiding in Gypsy. Opening up, trusting her. And Gypsy was taking everything Christy said and flipping it, giving Rod the heads up, manipulating the situation so she could stay on his good side. She was playing both ends, smiling sweetly to Christy while plotting behind her back. It wasn't a misunderstanding, it was cold, intentional, and calculated. But the tea doesn't stop there. Those same leaked emails revealed Gypsy's manipulations extended far beyond family drama and messy love triangles. Apparently, while she was in prison, she was engaging in role-play dynamics with another inmate, an older woman, no less. And not just flirty messages. We're talking full-blown dominant-submissive scenarios. The same type of power exchange relationships she once blamed entirely on Nick Gojon. The same behavior she'd previously described as confusing, traumatic, and forced. But in her private messages? She was the one initiating it. She was crafting the dynamics, setting the tone, fully engaging, and clearly, she was in control. This wasn't something being done to her. She was an active participant, building these emotionally charged, controlling exchanges with people in prison, and potentially getting something out of it, emotionally, maybe even financially. And here's what makes it all even more disturbing. This was all happening while she was publicly releasing Nick's past messages, trying to make him look like the twisted one. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, she was replicating the same exact dynamic. One minute she's painting herself as the scared, abused girl who was taken advantage of. The next, she's scripting her own private dom-sub relationships, echoing the same patterns she had previously called abusive. She wore the "a victim" title proudly in interviews, voice soft, tone fragile, painting herself as the girl who didn't know better, who had been controlled and manipulated. But these emails told a different story. A story where she wasn't the one being manipulated, she was the one pulling strings. Gypsy doesn't just react to drama, she pre-plans her moves like she's writing her own reality show. Depending on who she's talking to, she morphs. She can be soft and broken for sympathy, or she can turn on the charm and play confident and healed to win back her audience. And it's not some confused girl trying to figure herself out, it's calculated. Every word. Every post. Every tear. She reads people like a script and plays the exact role she needs to get what she wants, whether it's validation, pity, adoration, or even sponsorship deals. And here's where it gets chilling. She doesn't crumble under pressure. She doesn't spiral like most people would. No, when things start falling apart, Gypsy disappears. Quietly. Calmly. She doesn't address anything head-on, she just dips out with a dramatic mental health caption, deletes the app, not the account, and ghosts. It's like a fake breakup with TikTok. Girl didn't deactivate. She just took the shortcut, delete the icon from her phone and act like she's choosing peace over problems. Please. We've seen this exact move before. This is, like, exit number 7? She always pulls this when things get too hot. And yet, every time, she slinks back into the spotlight without even blinking, no explanation. No, here's what really happened. Just a brand new video with a dreamy filter and a quote about growth or healing, and suddenly it's like the chaos never happened. She counts on people forgetting. On sympathy kicking in. On the audience playing along. But here's the real kicker, she never actually leaves. She might vanish from posting, but best believe she's still lurking. Probably from a burner, maybe even 2. Scrolling, reading every comment, checking her name and hashtags, seeing which way the tide is turning. She watches. She waits. She studies how mad people still are. And when she thinks it's safe, that's when she plots the comeback. And you already know what that return's going to look like. Maybe she'll film herself in the car, wiping away a single tear. Maybe she'll say she's been cyberbullied and just needed space to heal. Or maybe she'll come back with a soft-spoken, "I've learned so much" vibe and act like she's been on some kind of spiritual sabbatical. Either way, it's always about flipping the script, making herself the misunderstood one, not the manipulator. But here's the problem for her, this time, it's not just talk. It's not gossip or vague accusations or he said she said. The receipts are out there. The emails, the screenshots, the messages, the lives, the timeline. Ryan has spoken, and people are actually listening this time. So she can post all the sunset pics she wants, but there's no soft filter strong enough to blur this mess. Deleting an app isn't accountability. It's a pause button. It's like stepping off stage while the audience is still watching. And she's hoping hard, that by the time she steps back on, the crowd has forgotten the last act. But this scandal? It hit different. The cracks are showing. People are connecting the dots. And those same followers who once defended her? A lot of them are finally seeing through the performance. It's not just a bad look, it's the unraveling of an entire brand. Because when the same drama follows you from relationship to relationship, friend to friend, platform to platform, at some point, babe, it's not just a bad luck. It's not just, she's misunderstood. It's a pattern, and patterns don't lie. They reveal who someone really is beneath all the curated captions and moody lighting. And no matter how many times Gypsy taps out, disappears, or tries to rewrite her story, those digital footprints don't vanish. The internet never forgets. Drop your thoughts in the comments, don't forget to hit that like button if this tea had you hooked, and subscribe if you want to stay in the loop. Until next time, stay curious, stay shady, and keep sipping that tea.